In this lecture, we'll discuss about the SCR firing circuits. So the circuits which are used for triggering the SCR is defined as SCR firing circuits. There are three different types of SCR firing circuit. One is the resistance firing, second one is the RC firing, and third one is the UJT firing circuit. So first we'll see the resistance firing circuit. So this is a circuit diagram used for resistance firing. Here the supply voltage is the AC supply voltage. We have three resistances R1, R2 and R. Here R2 is the variable resistance and R is the stabilizing resistance. Okay. So initially we assume that R2 is 0. Okay. So if R2 is 0, during the positive half cycle, this diode D will get forward biased and it will start conducting. Okay. So as a result, the current will start flowing through the circuit and it will go to the gate terminal and completes its path through the cathode terminal. So here the current will go to the gate terminal of the SCR to be triggered. Okay. So now the main function of this R1 is to limit the current to the maximum permissible value. Okay, otherwise the device will get damaged. So by varying the resistance R2, we can vary the magnitude of the gate current. Whereas the main function of this resistance R1 is to limit the gate current to a safe value. Okay. So at the same time, the main function of this resistance R is to stabilize this voltage. That is, it should keep the voltage, this gate voltage within the permissible limit. So the resistance R should be designed in such a way that the maximum voltage drop across it does not exceed the maximum possible gate voltage. Okay. So this diode allow only the current to the gate during positive half cycle, because during negative half cycle this diode will not conduct. So in this case the gate voltage is a half wave DC pulse. This DC pulse can be controlled. The amplitude of this DC pulse can be controlled by varying the value of this resistance R2. So the R2 plays a major role here. By varying the value of this resistance, we can control the gate voltage and as well as the gate current. So this resistance firing circuit is the simplest and economical type of triggering, but it has several disadvantages and it has very few application due to its disadvantage. So that is the triggering angle is limited only to 90 degrees. That is, the SCR can be triggered only from 0 to 90 degrees. This is because the gate voltage, the applied voltage is maximum at 90 degrees. As we all know, AC reaches its maximum value at 90 degree. So the gate current has to reach the minimum gate current value somewhere between 0 to 90 degree. Because once it attains its maximum value at 90 degree, after that the current will start reducing. Okay. So next we'll see resistance capacitance firing. So the limitations of the RC resistance firing circuit can be overcome by this RC triggering circuit. So in this triggering circuit, we can vary the control angle, that is the firing angle, from 0 to 180 degrees. And by changing the phase and amplitude of the gate current, a large variation of the firing angle can be obtained by using this RC triggering circuit or firing circuit. So this is the main circuit diagram used for RC half wave triggering circuit. So here it consists of two diodes D1 and D2, an RC network. Okay, RC network plays a major role. So this R is a variable resistor. So by varying this R value, the time constant of this RC network can be varied so that it will vary the magnitude of the current supplied to the gate terminal of the SCR. Okay, so now we'll discuss in detail about the working. So during negative half cycle of the supply voltage, the upper terminal of the supply, here it is considered as negative and this terminal is considered as positive. So this is during negative half cycle. So during this negative half cycle, this diode D2 will be forward bias. That is, its cathode is connected to the negative terminal and anode is connected to the positive terminal of the supply voltage. So as a result, the current will start flowing through the circuit from the lower terminal of the supply voltage through the capacitor, through the diode D2 load and completes its path. So as the current is flowing through the capacitor will start charging with the lower plate positive and upper plate negative. Okay. So during the negative half cycle, this diode D2 is forward biased and the capacitor will start charging. Okay. So now during the positive half cycle of the supply voltage, this SCR will get forward biased. Both the diode D1 as well as this SCR will get forward biased. Okay. So now we'll discuss with the waveform. So this is the supply voltage Vs and this is the voltage across the load V0 and this is the voltage across the SCR. Okay. So now during the negative half of the supply voltage, so this is the supply voltage waveform. It will start increasing and attains its maximum value in the reverse direction. Okay. At omega t is equal to minus 90 degree, it will attain its maximum value at the reverse direction. So as we have already discussed, the capacitor will start charging. Okay. So once the supply voltage reaches its maximum value, it will start decreasing. It will go towards 0. Okay. So at the time, the capacitor voltage will be somewhere around O to A. So the capacitor will maintain a smaller value across it once the supply voltage started decreasing. Okay. So once the supply voltage reaches 0, it will start increasing in the positive direction, as we all know. So now the capacitor will start charging along with the supply voltage. Okay. So now the capacitor voltage will start charging, will start increasing in the positive direction along with the supply voltage. Okay. So once the capacitor voltage reaches this VGT is the gate triggering voltage. Once the capacitor voltage reaches this value, the SCR will start conducting. Okay, already SCR is in the forward bias during positive half cycle of the supply voltage. Now the SCR will get triggered. So the voltage, supply voltage will appear across the load. Okay, this is the voltage across the load when SCR is conducting. Okay, so this voltage, this capacitor charging can be varied by varying the resistance value. So by varying the resistance value, the capacitor voltage can reach this VGT anywhere in between 0 to 180 degree. Okay, by increasing or decreasing the value of the resistance, we can vary this voltage so that the firing angle of the SCR can be varied. Okay. So now during the negative half cycle, again this process will get repeated. So during the negative half cycle, the diode the diode D1 connected to the gate terminal will not allow the conduction. So the SCR will be reverse biased. So again during the next positive half cycle, the capacitor will charge and the SCR will be triggered. Okay. So now VT is the voltage across the SCR and alpha is the firing angle. So now we'll see the voltage across the SCR. So when during this period, the SCR is not conducting. Okay, it will act as an open switch, so the supply voltage will appear across the SCR. Okay, once the SCR starts conducting during this interval, the voltage across the SCR will be 0. Okay, so again during negative half cycle of the supply voltage, the SCR will be reverse biased and the reverse voltage of the supply will appear across the SCR. Okay. So this is what we have discussed. During negative half cycle, the capacitor charges, and during positive half cycle, SCR becomes forward biased and the capacitor starts charging through the resistance, okay, to the gate triggering voltage. Once the voltage equals the gate triggering voltage, SCR is turned on. So the SCR can be triggered during positive half cycle only due to the presence of this diode D1. Only during positive half cycle the triggering is possible, and during the negative half cycle the SCR cannot be triggered. So this is half wave triggering, RC half wave triggering. So next we'll see UJT firing circuit. So this is a circuit diagram used for UJT firing. Okay. So here this is a UJT. UJT consists of 3 terminals: emitter, base 1, base 2. And this is the RC network connected to the emitter terminal of UJT. So the RC network is used as a timing circuit. That is, by varying the value of the resistor, the time constant of this RC network can be varied, and hence the triggering of the SCR can also be varied. So initially, when the voltage is applied, so when the voltage is applied, the capacitor will start charging through this resistance. So this capacitor voltage is equal to the emitter voltage. Okay. So the capacitor will start charging exponentially towards the supply voltage V. So this is the charging, and this waveforms will show you the charging and discharging of the capacitor. So once the capacitor starts charging and it attains the peak point voltage, okay, then the unijunction between the emitter and the base one will break down. Okay, so as a result the UJT will start conducting. So once the UJT starts conducting, this voltage V0 will appear across the gate and cathode terminal of the SCR. Okay, so the voltage will appear across the SCR and the SCR will get triggered. So once the capacitor reaches its peak value, it will start discharging. Okay, so it will start discharging through this resistance R1. Once the capacitor voltage reaches this valley voltage, VV is the value voltage, the UJT will stop conduction. Okay, so again this process is repeated. Again the SCR will be triggered once the capacitor starts charging and discharging. So this is what we have discussed. When the voltage is applied, the capacitor starts charging through the resistor exponentially towards the supply voltage. So during this charging period, UJT is open. So time constant T1 is given by R into C. And when the emitter voltage reaches the peak point voltage Vp, the unijunction breaks down. Okay, as a result, UJT will start conducting and the SCR is triggered. Okay, so once the UJT turns on, the capacitor rapidly discharges through the lower resistance R1 with a time constant T2, R1 into C. So this T2 is smaller than T1. So when the emitter voltage reaches the valley point, the UJT turns off. So this process is cyclic in nature, and it will produce a train of pulses at the base terminal 1. Okay, this method is more advantageous and widely used methods when compared with the other methods.